work. Dr. Ruth Anderson and Teri Angel here for a meditation a day. Today is the very first day of 2025, so here we go. Just a quick recap. Our meditation yesterday, last day of 2024, Spirit showed us that the energy of 2025 is going to be fast and furious, and a reminder to start every day in your spiritual practice, whether it's meditation or prayer, but spending that time to just get yourself grounded every day this year and how important that is. So we're going to do that right now. We're glad you're here. Teri Angel, I'm glad you're here.
Thank you, Ruth. I'm glad to be here this morning on the first day of the year. We're starting the year off right.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so Teri's going to start us in meditation. We ask you to join us. We're just going to go in meditation together. We will share with you whatever Spirit is sharing with us at the moment. So welcome. Okay, Teri.
All right, so let's go into our hearts. You know, everything is centered right there. That's the center of our being, the center of our soul. So sometimes it helps to put your hand there because it brings your focus to that area. And as you breathe in, fill your lungs completely. Just go ahead and feel that air going into your lungs, that breath of life. And feel your body start to relax the minute you do that. And exhale slowly. And let's envision that breath that you're taking in can travel. It can travel the length of your body, and it can focus that energy from your heart and bring it down the length of your body and out the bottom of your feet. And let's just watch as that energy travels into Gaia, down to the very core of Gaia, and ask our Mother Gaia to help us to center, to balance, to bring us exactly what we need in this moment, to be still and listen instead of being scattered with our thoughts. And now bring that energy, that beautiful centered and balanced energy up to your heart. Let's anchor it in there. And then with the next breath in, just envision that breath traveling upward, up to the great central sun, up to the Creator and all of divinity. We are the spark of that divinity. We have that within us. So we recognize when our soul reaches out that we are being touched by the divine. And we just want to give gratitude, thanking God, Divine Mother, Jesus, the Ascended Masters, our loved ones in spirit. Thank you, and bring that energy back down into your heart. So we're all centered and balanced and raised up to a higher frequency. And in that frequency, just sit with the angels. We have 4 beautiful archangels that we call on every time we go into meditation. They surround us on all 4 sides. And that's Archangel Raphael, the angel of air. So maybe that cool breeze that Raphael brings forward will just cause you to feel the energy even more prominently. Then we go to Archangel Michael, the angel of fire, and let that beautiful fire energy warm you, knowing that you are loved, you are safe, you are protected. Next, we call on Archangel Gabriel of water, and let the water cleanse us. Water is a conduit for spirit. So as Gabriel comes in, we get clarity. And in that clarity, we hear the messages of the angels and messengers of spirit. And then we go to Uriel. Uriel is of the earth energy and has helped us with the grounding process. So thank you, Uriel, for keeping us balanced and centered as we do this work. Just take a moment and sit with these angels. And I'm reminded that Metatron wants to join us today. Metatron is the angel of the records, everything that has happened, everything that will happen. And Metatron brings in beautiful energy from spirit. And we also have Sandalphon bringing up the earth grid as we are surrounded on all sides, above and below. Just feel your energy encased in the love of the angels as we get ready to go into whatever they want to show us today. Thank you all for being here in the presence of these beautiful angels.
Thank you, Teri. Well, Teri, they started me out with a crackling fire. And as you were inviting in the archangels, I was seeing almost like a retreat setting in the mountains. There was a lake, the big crackling fire. Looks like huge playground just for adults being out in nature. And the question came in, what do you need to be able to move forward this year? There's this huge fire, and I think of Saint Germain. And Saint Germain invites us to drop anything in the fire. Beautiful violet flame. Drop anything in the fire that you're holding on to that could keep you from freely moving forward this year. I think this is a time of rest and play and clean house and holiday, really. So, friends, I invite you to just take a minute, take stock. What are you holding on to that could keep you from moving forward with ease and grace this coming year? And whatever it is, just throw it in the fire. Could be a relationship, could be past hurts, unmet expectations, a whole list of things. And just move it in, just move it into the fire, and let's let that go as you're feeling called to do.
Beautiful, Ruth. And yes, I see that crackling fire. It feels so good. And as I said, Michael is the angel of fire and will take anything that we give and it's immediately gone from our energy, just with that intention to let it go. And I'm choosing to let go of limitations this year. Anywhere that I've thought I couldn't do something or be whatever or have, I'm letting go of all limitations and putting that in the fire. Ruth, they're showing me the beauty that happens after we release whatever you're releasing. Just let go of, like Ruth said, anything that you may be holding on to. And then what happens is you're left with this clean slate where you can create, where you can call in what it is you do want. Maybe there's some dreams, some desire that's been unmet, and you really would like to see that come to fruition. And you let go of the limits and let go of the things you're holding on to that seem so monumental. Then you have the ability to create and to call forth what it is you want to manifest.
And perfect time to manifest and create beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm watching the flame, every once in a while it just gets huge. It's like somebody just dumped a bunch of stuff in the fire.
Fueling the fire with energy that we don't need, thoughts we don't need. We manifest with our thoughts first. It becomes a thought and then it becomes form. So, what are you putting in the fire? And when you do, don't try to take it back. Fire takes whatever it is and immediately transforms it.
They're showing me the lake. And when you're done with the fire, you can go hang out on the lake and be on a raft or an inner tube or swim.
I have a little waterfall at my lake, and it's changing colors as that mist comes up where it hits the water. There's a beautiful glow and just like soft pastel colors that start to come up. I just feel peace, which is what happens when we do a release. Your body responds to that and your mind responds. And that feeling of awe and wonder and joy comes in.
I'm enjoying the trees and the smell of the trees. I'm feeling lots of spirit here, lots of souls here. This is a space that folks that have been in body and are no longer in body can come to, because I'm already sensing folks that have passed on here. Teri, I don't know what dimension you would call this, but it's not unusual when we go into meditation that we also are on this realm. I don't know what realm you'd call it, where folks that were in body that have transitioned can also go.
They're no longer in the 3D, because this is the solid form dimension. Maybe it is the fourth dimension that they're able to still communicate with us and allow us to see their energy. This energy never dies, it shifts and transforms, and we still can feel it. We can feel the presence of our loved ones that are no longer in their physical form, and they definitely can communicate with us. So I'm thinking it might be the fourth dimension where we're able to have that interaction.
As you were saying that, the whole place just filled up. Mm.
I felt Metatron just kind of leading them in. So, come on, find a seat. Come in and gather with us. The doorman.
Well, I'm seeing some of our EWN friends that we have loved and lost over here. It's fun. I'm seeing Linda, I'm seeing Diana, Camille.
Yeah, Linda was the first one I saw.
Yeah.
She was the first to the party, she said. Shining so bright. It's interesting, Ruth. There's so many synchronicities. We had gone to a certain place there in Boulder, where you are, to say our goodbye to the physical form of Linda. And I was just talking about that spot this morning and decided that one of my things that I want to do this year is to go on a hike, and I want to go there. I want to go to that place and hike, not a long hike, but to actually do that and have that accomplishment this year.
Oh, cool.
So it was so interesting that Linda showed up and showed up first, because that place will always remind me of that time together with you and having her on the phone,
Hmm.
her family and her loved ones that surrounded her as she took her last breath.
What a beautiful reminder that, as you said, energy doesn't die, love doesn't die. And I guess when we say someone you've loved and lost, that's not actually a good term anymore, is it?
Now,
Huh?
I've never been comfortable with that term of losing someone,
Right.
because we don't. We lose them in a form, in their physical body. We don't have the ability anymore to call them up or go visit or hug, but we can do all of that in spirit. It's just a different way of communicating.
I just thought of the things that I pushed into the fire, and right now they just seem so silly. 10 minutes ago, they felt like a thing, and right now they just seem so silly. Silly in the sense that all there really is love.
Mhm.
And if there's only love, then why am I worrying about that other thing?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yesterday in our meditation, we talked about time, and they're reminding us now that, time is really, it's not what we think it is. And we can just at any given moment be right there with our loved ones, no matter how long they've been gone from their physical form. We can still feel them, we can still talk to them, we can still sense them, and they do communicate with us. And I think along that line, if there are things that you're really holding as monumental in your life that maybe you can't, I don't like that word, but maybe you're unwilling to let go of, that you feel like you have to hold on to a bit of anger or regret or shame. Just look at how that's taking up some of that precious time, the precious moments that you have in this experience of life, and release it into the fire. Sometimes we put so much importance on things that are really not important at all when it comes down to it. Like Ruth said, love is the only thing that we're going to take with us. It's the only thing that we're going to have forever. So focus more on what you do have in your heart, what you can appreciate, what you can hold as far as memories and how you feel when someone makes you feel loved, and hold on to that. The other stuff is just surface.
They're reminding me if you are not feeling well, you can put your body in your mind's eye, put your body into that violet flame and let it burn up some of the germs. Whatever is not right within your body, just let the violet flame work through you physically. I've done that myself, and I've actually experienced some pretty cool results with that.
I love that, Ruth. I've used the visualization of the violet flame to remove negative thoughts and negative energy that I might have taken on. So one thing you can do is see that violet flame down at your feet and then watch it just rise up the whole length of your body and clear off anything that's limiting you.
Of course, we're not talking about standing in an actual flame, an actual fire. This is all in meditation.
Yeah, visualization is it's so important to be able to really get into the energy of it. And that's what we're talking about is when we visualize, it's the same as actually doing what we're thinking that we're doing. So the violet flame doesn't burn like a fire burns, and it's something that just burns up energy.
So that was interesting, Terry. When you take a stick into the fire and you can bring some of the fire out, and if you wanted to set something else on fire. So they showed me putting a stick into the violet flame, getting the violet flame on the stick, and then surrounding the planet with the violet flame.
A beautiful thought to clear off anything that we don't need on our planet.
I guess a great time to do a healing for the planet, Terry.
Mm-hmm.
Start the year off right.
Yes. They're showing me that purple color, how healing it is. Because if you think about, even about washing your body and washing off the dirt, the dust that has collected, anything that's there, and you feel so good after. And I feel that with our planet, that when we do the cleansing and we see that violet flame just taking the negative ions, taking whatever we don't need, and then how good we're all going to feel after that happens. Fresh and new.
I just keep watching as the planet is being surrounded by that violet flame. I asked if there was more to share, Terry, and the answer was yes. So we're gonna just keep listening, see what else. Okay. So again, a wall calendar where the pages go flying off. But this time it's years that are flying off. And the words I just heard was the planet is here to stay. If you read doomsday things in the tabloids, the angels disagree. The planet is here to stay.
And I have seen that as well, Ruth. Getting that confirmation, I guess, from the angels that we're okay, we're safe, they've got our back.
I think that was it. I'm not getting that there's anything else now.
I think that was beautiful.
Hmm. So I guess, friends, just ask yourself, is there anything else you need to be able to move forward this year? And if there is, work on it, clear it up, and we've got stuff to do this year. So let's not be caught in what keeps us limited, as Terry said, release the limitations this year.
To the freedom of letting go. Because you'll find yourself being lifted upward when you do. Get that load off, and anything can happen.
Thank you, Terry. Thanks for entering 2025 with me, and friends, thank you for being here. So we will be continuing to have meditations every day of the year. And we look forward to having you with us, and keep an eye out for different things on EWN. Terry's got several things going on every day and every week. So just keep an ear to the ground. So much love to each and every one of you. Take good care. God bless.